What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Let's see how fast I can make content. 11:49, this tweet goes up. 12:05, I'm recording this video. I want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. I'm going to put a link down in the pinned comment. Interesting article by Dr. Paul, formulates all the products for Steel in conjunction with Jason. But he's got a blog post up that talks about the anti-inflammatory diet, which is what Tom Brady has sworn about. If you've followed any NFL media, pro football talk, there's been a lot of talk about this diet. It's a really well-written article, again, by a physician. If you guys want to check that out and learn a little bit more about what Tom Brady says he's doing to turn back the hands of time and be one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. Secondarily, I'm a Webull preferred influencer. Link down in the pinned comment. Deposit any amount of money. They will give you free stocks in return. Money you could be saving in not buying this game and not supporting Madden Ultimate Team. I'm actually a little bit taken back why this says, hey, Mutt community, when this impacts everyone. Due to issues related to halftime adjustments, the Madden team will be turning off this feature in-game. We do not have any tea on when the feature will be back in-game, but we'll provide an update when the feature becomes available again. This is very troubling. First and foremost, as I said, this doesn't just impact MUT as far as I'm aware. This impacts head-to-head. I mentioned this last week in a video. For those of you that don't know, essentially what's happening is Madden promoted and actually sold a feature this year for halftime adjustments. So Sean Grady, the God of War fan that he is, and I'm sure Sean's not paying attention to any of this with the new God of War videos coming out, but he basically, in a way, down-talked past Maddens and said the game is not chess like we want it to be, but it was checkers. I infamously said it's more like Connect 4. It's that simplistic. And he talked about wanting to get scouting in the game and wanting to get halftime adjustments in the game to bring in that God of War-esque strategy game, right? So I have clowned him about this numerous times, and now you can see EA pulls out of the clown car, everyone gets out, including Clint the driver, and shows us exactly what's going on. I mean, you have to struggle as a commentator and creator in this space to be respectful to these guys, because look at how they treat us, right? So you sold us all this stuff. You sat there and told us scouting. You sat there and told us halftime adjustments. Then, when the game releases, all of a sudden, it breaks the game. This is what we've talked about for years, right? You can't build this game on a broken foundation. This is why when it's June and July, and people sit here and chastise creators and say, oh, you can't talk bad about it yet. The game's not even out. You can't talk bad about it yet. This is just the trailer. Are you really reading a blog post and talking bad about it? Yes. You know why we do that? Because we have a track record from tweets like this, where, sure, in June and July, right, everything's rainbows, unicorns, and a field of bunnies. But come September and October, you don't even have what you're supposed to in the game, and they're removing things because they're breaking it. So let's talk about what actually happened here. They mentioned halftime adjustments being put into the game, going back to that strategy aspect of Madden where you could make adjustments during halftime, right? This is very common. Like every football team in the history of football teams makes these adjustments, but it wasn't in Madden until this year. So the concept is super simplistic. Let's say you go into a game, you're going to focus on the pass, okay? You have a really good first half, you're up 21-0, and you say, listen, I'm going to keep focusing on the pass, but I'm going to be a blitz-heavy defense now because they've got to get the ball downfield. I'm going to pressure the quarterback into making mistakes. If you do that, you now have an issue where the game desyncs and the servers do whatever they do. Either the game doesn't count, you get a loss, it doesn't matter, right? But it breaks the game to the point where they're acknowledging they have to remove it. Even worse, let's say you decide, hey, I'm winning this game, and I was focused on the pass, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and not make any adjustments. But the person you're playing against decides they are, because now they're going to be pass heavy. Guess what? That also desyncs the game. Either one of you made this adjustment. So unless you go into the game and tell the person, hey, stick with whatever game plan you have. Don't make any adjustments, and we're just going to ride this out the same way we have for years in Madden, because this new feature isn't working, it's going to desync us and we're going to lose the game. I can tell you firsthand, there have been people in this community that have came out and said, yeah, I was losing a game pretty heavy. I knew I didn't have a shot to win, so I made halftime adjustments so the game would desync. Now, these same desync errors is what causes EA to ban people from actually going and playing the game online. And they had to go, if you remember, and do make-right packs, basically $100 worth of in-game content, to make up for banning people that they initially thought were desyncing on purpose, but were really just trying to use this new feature they have. You can't make some of this stuff up. I mean, I wish you could. When people talk about class action lawsuits, when people talk about going to the next level legally against EA, this is where it all comes from. Because in June and July, they're selling us. And understand, that's what they're doing. I know the game was free. I know to some the game is still free. I know they gave away thousands of codes, but they're selling and they're marketing this game based on these things. The scouting update, the halftime adjustments. And here we are, September 14th. One of them is being removed from the game and the other isn't even in the game. What was the point of buying Madden 22? Right? What was the point if you actually wanted those game modes of spending your hard-earned money, knowing that in a month and a half you weren't going to see it? And what is the response to this? Is the word "we're sorry" even mentioned here? Is the word "we apologize" even mentioned here? Is the words "we're working to fix this" even here? No, none of it is. It's hey, due to issues, we're going to have to turn this off. We don't have an ETA, but we'll provide updates in the future. Is there even a thank you for understanding? I mean, I literally can't make this up. You can't treat a customer worse than this. You really can't. This is lying to someone's face and then removing what you put in your broken game. This is why we've told you for years you can't build on a broken foundation, because when you do that, you never know what they're adding is going to break. That's what happened here. Point blank, period. They added things to a game that's already broken, and it broke the game even more, and the only way to fix it was remove it. And there's people that will sit there and defend it and break packs all day long, because that's what people apparently want to see. Not on my channel. Not going to act like a Muppet. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. If you bought the game for this, how do you feel? And do you feel like they have the whole month of September to make the scouting right? Because apparently that's what they're going to take. Now, unlike EA, I'll be back with more commentary in a week, but they'll be maybe a month and a half to fix their game. Who knows?